Let me share the screen. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. So that day we have done up to creating the second file, right? Second file.
Yes, sir.
We have created a second file, and then do you recover what we have learned the other day? We were learning on the Linux
Yes,
directly.
sir.
So
Yes,
let
sir.
us continue from that point, because we already have this, my first file, my second file. It is there on my system. Okay. Now, let us do the same thing. And this, we have to do it a bit fast today, because today will be the last day of Linux. So let us cover as much as we can. What is doing? What is this the escape sequence do? This escape, the backslash. It gives an instruction to Unix that please do not consider these double quotes as the end of these double quotes, right? These double quotes basically say that I want to print the echo command with the double quotes, starting double quotes, ending double quotes, such that it is continuation of the string. Okay. So let me now see that there will be a third file. Yes. And we can cat means we can check what is there inside. Do you see that echo command comes with double quotes?
Yes, sir.
And the string does not come with double quotes, because you are not printing the double quotes here. You are saying that the entire string is within double quotes, but that is not printable, non-printable. Whereas here with the backslash escape key, I'm mentioning that I want to print these double quotes. Clear? So these three files have been created. Now, I would like to give the copy command. How do I copy my second file and create the fourth file? How do you do that? Using the cp command. I'm just giving this cp, my second file, and basically you will not see the fourth file. There are no fourth file, but I will like to copy this, copy the second file. The content of second file will come into the fourth file, as you do it anywhere. So now I go to, do you see there is a fourth file?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what do you expect? It will be the same content as that of
First file.
second file. Because my copy command was to copy the second file, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So let me see what is there in my second file. Cat. So it is, I am writing the second line using echo command. So that should be the same in the fourth file. Right? There is no difference, because this is, fourth file is a copy of the second file. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now, I want to overwrite my fourth file with the content of my third file. So what is my third file? LL. So cat, my third file. I want to overwrite this into my fourth file. So my fourth file is, I am writing the second line using the echo command. Oh, they are not different. So they are not different. Okay. So I will like to make some difference. So what I do?
VI.
VI, I will make some difference. So because this is a third file. Okay. I should go on to this one. I will replace it. How do I do? CW, right? And then I say third file. Third line, anything like that. So that I create some difference. Now, What is the content of fourth file? The second line. So here I am doing what?
So copying the content of second file to fourth file.
But not using the copy command, using the cat command. See, when I say echo is not echo, I can write into a file using echo. Similarly, I can write a file using cat as well. So I'm giving the command like I want to put the content of the third file into the, I'm redirecting it to the fourth file.
Okay.
So what will happen? The content of fourth file will be overwritten by the content of the third file. That means this file is overwritten because I have given a single redirection.
Okay, sir.
If I wanted to add the content of the third file appended to the fourth file, so what will I do?
Touch command, sir.
No, I will give a double redirection.
Okay.
So what is my fourth file? It is having two lines, one from the second file and the other one is the third file. But if I had done something like this, cat, or rather I can bring that command by using the up arrow key, and I would say a single redirection, then what will happen? This third file will overwrite the contents of the fourth file. Enter. Now you say cat, you will see one line. That is the content of the third file has overwritten the content of the fourth file. Clear?
And sir, double arrow, what did it does?
Double arrow, it was appending that third file into the fourth file.
Okay, okay, sir.
Let's say I have a VI third file. I'm adding another line. Okay, I'm writing YYP. YY is to yank and P is to paste. I'm saying that this is writing the fourth line. Let's say anything, you can write anything. Or you can say DD and O. Hello. I am going to overwrite the fourth file. Or not overwrite, I am going to append to the fourth file. Some text I have given.
Yes.
Some text.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what I'm writing, but I will just need to see the operation. Okay, I will save this. Now what I do, I say I cat my third file content into my fourth file, but now using a double redirection. That means whatever is there in the fourth file, the content of the third file will be added to it. Added. So now you cat my fourth file. You see, there are 3 lines now. So third file was this one. I have added another line in the third file and the entire thing was added. But appended after this line. So because of this double redirection. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Fine. Grep. Okay. Grep is nothing but a Unix command which will help you to find a particular pattern or a text within a file. What I'm doing in between, I'm giving a pipe. Okay, let me try this. First of all, let me try what is there inside the text third file. Okay.
Yes.
Now I will say there is nothing like not. So I will say I would like to grab. I am going to append. Okay. I'm saying I am going, or just I'm going, and close the quotes. That means I want to check whether this particular word or a group of word is there in the file called. So I'm first of all catting, but I will cat only when I find this is matching pattern with the help of grep. And between these two commands, cat and grep, I separate it by a filter. This is called a filter or a pipeline. Pipe, not a pipeline. It's called a pipe. That pipe will help me to what? To filter out.
Filter the text.
Filter the text. If the text matches, let's see. Yes, and you see the matching text is highlighted in red. And it is not printing the first line because that text is not matching in the first line. Okay. So it is printing only the second line because the second line is, it is catting, it is cat. The third file only when it matches that lines which are having this matching pattern. Okay. Now if I try this one. Same file, but I'm saying echo. Which line will be printed?
So second line?
But is echo there in the second line?
No, sir. Echo is in the first line. So first line will be printed.
Yes. So I'm writing the third line with using echo command. So that is basically if you say cat of this one, you will have two lines, out of which echo is only available on the first line. Let's say, can you give me a word which is there in both the lines?
Yes, sir. It is. Sir, I am.
Ah. Okay, very good. So I will say in this file, cat only those lines where you match the pattern by the grep command, and within quotes you can say I am. So both the lines you will see that that matching character is there, the matching word is there. So it's a nice command to have. And let's say I want to create a fifth file by matching this pattern. Let's say I want to cat, there is no fifth file. There is first file, fourth file, second file, third file. I want to create a fifth file by saying cat from the what was third file. It matches echo. Let's say echo or hello. Okay. And if it matches, it brings up the second line, and you put that second line into my fifth file. So at the same time, you are catting, you are trying to cat the entire file content of third file. But within that, I want to filter it only that line where it is hello is there. And after that, I want to print, or I want to create another file which is not there, but I will create it. And with the entire file created with a redirection of this thing. So whatever is there in that line will be overwriting or creating a file with the. Now you will see my fifth file has been created. This one.
Yes.
If it is so, what is the content? How will you see that? Cat. So are you seeing that that particular line, which is hello, which matches the pattern hello, was picked up from my third file and put it into the fifth file. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you remove it? You want to delete the fifth file, okay? Because maybe that was experimental. Do not need it. I want to remove it. So RM is the remove command. You can force it also. And you can say that I want to remove this the fifth file. Now go to that. You will not find the fifth file at all. Or if you say ls minus l, also you can use the grep command here. You want to say the grep command star fifth. Okay, it is not there, so it is, you will not get the result. Say, let me say ls minus l. I will have all these files, so I would like to see whether there is a second file. Okay, so ls minus l grep, how do you see? My second, and you can give a star. So it is, see, I do not need to give the entire file name, but only one that matching one, the matching pattern. This grep matches because this is an output. ls minus l will give the output, and from this output you are filtering out the pattern. So it will only print this particular line. So it is bringing out that only one file by the matching name my second is there. Is that concept clear? So grep is a pattern matching command. But you cannot say a grep my second. What? It doesn't find. It is hanging. Because it can only filter from a list or from a file or from something
or a
else.
common file.
From a command. So command output can be filtered out. But if I do not have any command, which one I would like to filter? Clear?
Sir, but in this remove function, sir, instead of this writing ls-1, we can use, you have shown this direct write rm and put the, if we want to delete the fourth file, we can delete that. Instead of doing this ls-1 or.
ls is the short listing, minus l is the long listing. If you say ls,
Okay.
it will only give the file names, whichever files,
Okay.
or the folder. But here, I would like to see the details of the files. So in a long listing, so minus l, not 1.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me, what is the question?
No, sir, the same thing I was asking. So in this remove function, we can only use rm and mention the fourth file or a second file or a third file. It will remove that.
Yes. Because see, I have removed only the the fifth file.
Yeah.
That's why you are not seeing the fifth file.
Okay.
It has been removed. It has been deleted.
So on a permanent or a temporary. So it was removed on a permanently or a temporarily.
It has been removed permanently.
Okay.
So remove is a very dangerous command. Try to use it very cautiously. Okay. Once you have removed, you cannot. There is no way to retrieve it. There is no recycle bin. There is,
Yes,
of course, there is a lost and found directory folder, but you have to have a root privilege to go and pick up the, like in the recycle bin, whatever you delete from your file system in Windows, it goes to the recycle bin first. And you can permanently delete from the recycle bin once you delete from there. But till that point, it is already there. You can retrieve from there. But in Unix, it is difficult. If you once remove something, it is not only difficult, it is almost like impossible. Only a system administrator can retrieve your file, which has been deleted. So use it very carefully. Any delete operation is a dangerous thing.
Sir, so, but it has that lost and what folder name, sir?
Lost
You told
plus found.
lost plus found folder is
But
there.
it is not in your home directory. It will not be there.
We have to get root privileges for that.
Yes. Root is the super user. Okay.
Yes.
So there is some directory where it is like the recycle bin of Windows. There is a way to retrieve that. That is from the lost and found. But for that, you need to go to the system admin and ask a request or raise a request for the retrieval. If by mistake you have removed it. So what I'm saying is try to be very cautious while trying to delete. Let's say there is my folder called, I want to make a folder. What I do? Say make directory temp. So once you do that, you will see that there is a temp folder created, right? You go there, cd temp. There is nothing right now. How will I create many files? Let's say I want to create one file, 10 files with one command. That day we have seen touch. Touch is the file. Touch a file means it will create a file with a 0 byte. Touch. And you say 1.10, let's say. This is with a curly braces and you give a extension. That means it will create 0 byte files of 1.txt, 2.txt, all these things. So in one go, I have created 10 files of all 0 bytes. Now you went there and you said rm minus rf recursively remove the folder temp. I've removed it. Will you get the temp anymore? Temp is gone.
Yes, sir.
Temp folder along with all the files have been removed. So here is the example. You can try this out. Just 1 minute. Okay, are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So remove RM to delete anything, either a file or a folder. You can use, but try to be very sure before removing anything. So to remove RM the folder recursively minus R. Recursively. Recursively means if there is a folder along with the files and within that folder there are other folders as well, everything will be removed in one command. If you say recursively, recursively means continuously. So there is some miscellaneous commands like you want to check the disk space. What do you do? That means wherever you are, you say you are in this Ubuntu, your home folder. Okay. You want to check the disk space. So df dot. It is saying that your Ubuntu files, whatever it is mounted on dev root. That is, this is the disk. Like in your Windows, you have the C drive and the D drive and the F drive and the G drive. Similarly, here there is no drive concept. Here, everything is a volume. So volume is loaded on a device which is owned by root or a root device. Okay. And this one is having this much of blocks, 1K block, out of which 21,89248 1K block have been used. And therefore the available blocks are So you just multiply 57,35944 into 1K. So that means it is 57,35944K. It could be, I think, 5.7 GB available. So 20% is 28% is used, and it is mounted on the root folder /. This is one command to check your DF space. You can check the man. Man is the manual. If you want to check what is DF, like any command, any Unix command, you want to check the manual for it. It gives you the entire, the user command is DF. You wanted to check the various DF report the file system disk space usage. What are the options? This is sort of a manual given by Unix. You can press space bar to carry on checking. And once you want to quit it, you say Q. It's sort of a manual. Log out, you can log out from the system by saying log out. I'm not going to do that. Or better do that. Log out. Once you say you have logged out, your session has been removed. Again, you can log back. So we'll say batch, load, open. I have logged in. So log in and log out. I'm not pressing enter. Okay. Now we come to how do you go to SU? That means the root. There is a pseudo privilege of Ubuntu. Pseudo means there is the user which can have a root-like privilege. So I would like to come to the root. So what I do, sudo su -l. And after that, I'm not giving any command. So that means you are trying to log into the SU super user with a -l. Did you see that it has changed from home Ubuntu to root? This root is the super user. Who am I? I am the root. Clear? You have gone there. And you want to come back. You can either say exit, or how do you come back? Come back to Ubuntu. You can say su -l. Now su -l without giving anything. Did I use the sudo? Did I use the sudo here?
No, yeah.
No.
It's a sudo. No, we will not use sudo.
Not needed because I'm already the root.
Yes,
I'm the super user. Super user. I do not need pseudo privilege for root operations because I'm myself the root. I do not need anything. Okay. Therefore, I do not want to use sudo. I want to change over to how to change to how do you log in back to Ubuntu? You say su -l. You give the name. Once you do that, you have come back. Now you say, who am I? You are Ubuntu. Clear? I want to log into Devashish, but I have created all this ABC XYZ Devashish from the user data. Okay. So I have not given any password or anything. So it is not even not. So can I log into Devashish? I can do that if I use the pseudo privilege. As if I'm the root. I will say Devashish. But I cannot change the directory because I have not created with a proper way. I have not given any password or anything. So Therefore, I cannot do that because I have not created any home. Devashish, where is Devashish going to log in? Which the home directory? There is nothing. Who am I? I am Devashish, but I am using the Ubuntu home Ubuntu logging folder. Followed? So the Devashish is a user but doesn't have any landing home folder. Is it clear? I want to come back to Ubuntu. How do I do? Either I say exit, or what I do, su -l Ubuntu. Okay. So I cannot go back. I have to exit because if for Devashish, there is no sudo. Okay, let me log out. It is not showing on the screen. I will just come out. I will again log back. Something must have happened. Now I can see. Okay, there is another beautiful command to list all the processes that are running in the background of the Unix server. It is like the task manager from Windows. Fine. I want to see what are the services that are running in the background. EAF, all which are running in the background. So you see that SSHD server is working. So these are all, if Apache is working. How do I know Apache is working? Either by using, can you use the grep command now? See, this will give an output like this. Out of this output, I want to grep Apache 2. Can you help me writing the command?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me. First of all, you give the
Sir,
command
that
PS minus
PS.
minus.
Sir, I have not seen that. RF.
No, EF.
EF. Yeah.
Okay.
Minus EF, then pipe,
Pipe,
grep, then sir inverted comma, double inverted comma.
or you might not give. Okay, you have said double quotes, fine. And you can say Apache. You want to see Apache, whether it is running in the background or not.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, very correct. Who has said this? Who has given this answer? Is it Karan?
Yes, sir.
Very good, Karan. Very good. Fantastic. So you know that I have some output from this, but I do not want the entire output. I want to filter out only those lines where Apache appears. This pattern matches. Okay, and I see that there are 4 lines where I can see that Apache is working. So that is very good. Apache is working. And also there is one command where you can check, because Ubuntu cannot check by its own. It has to use the sudo privilege given by AWS while the instance was created as a default user. I will say sudo systemctl status of Apache 2. I want to see whether it's running or not.
Okay, sir. Sudo
systemctl. Wait. I will check. If I had given that command. I think I have given sudo systemctl. No matches. Okay. But there, I have written it somewhere. Where?
Uh,
In the user data.
in the user data. Okay, sir.
In the user data, there is a command called systemctl start Apache 2 or, okay, you don't have the status because at that point of time when the system is booting, I would like to start the Apache.
Mhm.
That's why you were seeing that Apache was running in the background, ps-ef. And now, since I have checked from the background that my Apache was working, is running, basically running Apache 2, then I went there and check the status, sudo systemctl status Apache 2. Or I would like to see whether my SSHD service is running. SSHD service, if it is not running, I cannot accept any SSH connection.
Okay, sir.
This Apache 2 and SSHD are two different things, two different services. Apache 2 is the web server. Yeah, web server, HTTP server. Whereas SSHD is a service which helps a connection with SSH, like the PuTTY. I can connect
Secure, sir. Secure.
secure shell server. Yes, yes. So I will be logging into an instance through SSH connection over the port 22 through the service called SSHD.
Okay, sir.
So here is the Apache is running, I confirm. And the other one is, I want to say, same command, system sudo. You have to say sudo systemctl status. I want to check whether what is the status of, because these are the things that we are going to learn, we are going to use in our Jenkins and Docker.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Status what? SSHD.
Status SD.
You see, this is active. This is OpenBSD secure shell server. With this running, that means it is allowing you SSH connection. Like you can connect it through PuTTY or directly from the, this git bash. You can use SSH. You have seen the command -e. You have to give the PEM file, the fingerprint. Start.pem. I'm not giving, I don't know what the PEM file is. You must know.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Ha.
Sir, can you just make this command prompt window in middle of the screen?
This one?
No, not maximize, sir. Just keep in the middle because the record option is not showing that command.
So can I make the screen bigger?
No, you have to just smaller screen.
Smaller screen.
And then just drag it to the middle of the screen, sir.
Why? That will help you to see it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This one?
No, sir. That whole window. That whole window, sir.
Oh, okay. You mean to say this way?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here, because this service is running on this port, what is the port? Port is 22. 22. Therefore, you can connect externally to this instance using the SSH or through PuTTY. Here you mention that you want to connect to Ubuntu at the rate. What will you do? At the rate of what?
Sir, port number?
Public IP address. No, not port. Here you are directly connecting with SSH. So you have to give the IP address of the instance. This is where you connect. But since I just wanted to show you, I do not need to execute this.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is how I check whether a particular service is working or not. I say Q. Another thing is, to go back, Okay, there is a head and the tail. Let's say I have a big list. Oh, grape SSD, that is already you know. PS minus EF. If I say PS minus EF, it is going outside the screen. I want to check the first 10 lines. See, this is a big output. I want to check the first 10 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means from the head, I want to list the first 10 lines. What will you do? You say PS minus EF, head 10. I think 10. So you see that your head minus 10. So this will list the first 10 lines from the process list. This is PS means the process. So I have the first 10 services or processes that is running. These are the process numbers, PID. PID is the process ID. So you see, I have
Sir,
listed.
excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, if we want to check after 10,
After 10.
means
Okay.
first 10 you have.
Then sir,
Yeah.
minus 15, minus 20, minus 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it will list from the head.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
First 15 lines or first 10 lines or first 5 lines, all this time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And also you can do one thing. I want to list from, this is one output, right? You have filtered one output. Out of this, I want to list only the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the last 10, can anybody help me? So I will say,
Tail.
We just need to put the head in bracket 6.
no,
Grape, sir.
no, not grape, because I cannot match, because I do not know what to match. But I know that from this list of 10, I would again filter it. So filter means 5, and then give a tail. From the end, I have to give -4. Do you see that these are the 4?
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
5,
you have
6,
produced
7.
one list by this command, and from that list you are filtering out the last tail means
4.
the last 4 lines. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Sir, yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, all these sir commands or lines we are just creating. These things we have to we will save it, and in automation this thing, how can this thing, so we are manually entering, but in the organization these things come under automation.
Yes, if you want to automate something, like maybe daily you are going to the office and daily you have to run a set of, say, 20 commands.
Yes, sir.
In your somewhere you have written down all the steps, all the commands. One
Yes,
by
sir.
one you have to execute. It's an operational job.
Yes,
Every
sir.
day you have to do that. So why don't you create a script? In that script, you put all those commands. That is why it is called a shell script. And then you execute that script in one command. Execute it. We will see that. Like here, this is your user data. This is also a part of, this is also one by one these are all commands. And you have collected that into one particular file. And you are executing that file during the upload of the booting of the machine. That is also sort of a scripting, automation. Automatically it is done.
Yes.
But here, I will also like to create a shell script where I will put in some commands and execute it together. So every day when you come, you don't have to write 20 commands. You just have to run that shell script and all the 20 commands will be executed one by one. So it is also a sort of automation. That means you don't have to write that 20 commands again, repeatedly. It is done automatically. Now, so tail is done. You have to say, I want to move a file from one folder to the other folder. How do you do that? Or move is nothing but MV, which is renamed. Okay. How do you rename a file? Let's say I have a file called my first file. I don't like this name. Okay, I will like to change it. So you say move my first name file.txt to something else, my ist file .txt, and press enter. Now you check it. You see that my first file is renamed to my ist or 1st, whatever it is. This has been renamed.
Okay,
Also,
sir.
let me create a directory, mkdir temp. Now, if you go to temp, or you can say ll temp, you will see nothing. It's an empty folder. Fine. I want to move all these files together in one command into this folder temp. Move. Tell me, give me a hint. What shall I do? In one command, I want to move all this file from here to temp.
Sir, move, then sir, curly bracket,
Curly bracket.
then sir, let me sir try on my own. MV, then curly bracket.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So my first file.
But I don't want to my first file. I want all the files.
All the files, sir.
Yeah. My first file, my fourth file, my second file, my third file. All together.
So sir, we can give the whole directory name.
No, this is not directory. These are the files. I want to move it from this folder, Ubuntu, all these files to the temp folder that we have just now created.
Using tail?
Tail.
No, sir, no, sir.
Why tail? Okay, you mean to say ls minus l or ls, because ls will give you all this file, right? So you want to say that the first four, and it's a very good idea. I can appreciate that. You say out of this, I want to get the head, first four.
Yes, sir, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. But that is a very long way of doing.
Long process, yes, sir.
Long process. And then what you say? You have taken these files. Then you say move. Move one by one.
Yeah.
But how will you get the, so say first, let me see what is getting listed. All these 4 files. Fine. That is okay. But then I have to say move. But what argument I will give? Okay, let's say ls minus head minus 4, then pipe move. If I give star and then I say temp. What is that? What is that folder? temp, na? It will not work. So don't try that. I have a task that I want to move all these things from Ubuntu folder into the temp folder. So you have a matching pattern like out of this, all the 4 files, my is the common one, right?
Yes, sir.
So what you can do, move my star.txt into temp. What I did, I have said move all the files starting with my and ending with text into the temp folder and slash dot. That means in the current folder with all the files with the same extension. Now you LL, are you seeing any file there? Because they have been moved into temp. Let's go to temp. You will see that all these 4 files have come down to temp. You want to move it back to the Ubuntu folder. What will you do? Move my star.txt where you are under temp. You want to move it one parent folder back to its parent folder. So will you give what?
Sir,
Double.
single dot and then slash, sir.
Or double dot.
Double dot. Then?
Okay. Then, sir, this command.
Slash. You have to give a slash. And then say dot. Very good. Now you just list. There won't be anything over here in the temp. You go back to the parent. You see all these 4 files have come down. Very good. So you understand dot and dot. There is a command called history. Sometimes we might need whatever we are writing as a command is stored in the history file. If you say, see, the last command was history. After that, there was earlier, it was, so already 229 commands have been stored in the history file. Now tell me, if I want to store this, because this is in the memory. I want to store all the history, whatever commands that I have given. Later on, I would like to, maybe I have forgotten one command. I want to check, what did I give? You want to check what is the syntax of sudo systemctl. So why don't you do one thing? Can you give me a suggestion? What can I do? I would like to store it in a file. I want to store it in a file. What is the way I can do that?
History is a file.
History is, when you say this history, you are getting some output. You are getting this output, right? History is the command. You are getting 231 lines. I want to put this output into a file. Such that later on I can open that file with VI and I can check what are the commands. So any suggestion from your end?
Can we use MV history?
No.
No.
This history is not a file right now.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a command.
So,
it's a command.
Okay.
So this command will give you some output. Put that output, redirect it to a file. That's all.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Actually, I thought, okay, sir.
Isn't it? Now you are applying your knowledge. So you can give a history, my command history, or something like
Any name.
any name, my history. You are creating a file by the output of the history command. Let's say txt. Okay. Now nothing is displayed on the terminal because the entire output has been diverted or directed to a file. So if you check this thing, you will see that there is a myhistory.txt file and it is of size 4314 bytes. So let us check. If I go to vi history Sorry. My history. So now it is helping you. You want to check the sudo command for systemctl. Okay. In line number 15, I have. How do you curl to a particular host, local host? All these things, whatever you have done till now, all the commands will be listed. Oh, okay, echo command. Oh, fine. How do I make a dot? I mean that I am redirecting to a file. So all this history of commands, you are compiling it into a list, into a file. And later on, you can just go through it and find out. Okay. So I will come out of this. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acha. There is one more command called find. You want to find a file, like you do a find in Windows. You will try to find a file. What do? You go there in the file explorer. Okay. Let's say in the data, I mean this in a folder. You search the data, isn't it? Let's say transfer. I don't know where this file is, but let's see. It is going to check it. Check all the folders under the data, under the D drive. It has got a file by this name. It has got a file by this. So you are trying to find out. I'm just stopping it. Okay. So you know that, okay, this is a PYI file transfer. Anyway. So similarly, I want to find on Unix a particular file. The syntax is, I will go there. Let's say, I know there is a file called password, but I do not know exactly which folder it is there. So find from the root folder. Okay. Find from the root folder minus name. What is the name? Password file. And you print it. If you find it, please print it. So I see that there is a file called password under. So everything is permission denied because I have to do it. Sudo find. I'm trying to see from a root folder. That's why it is giving a permission denied. Now you are getting, you have the sudo permission. So you can see I have got my file. This is definitely under etc. Suppose I have forgotten this folder name, but I know the name of the file. So I'm searching it. I'm trying to find it. Trying to find it because I do not know, but I at least know that this password is a file maintained by the root. So it must be searched from the root folder. And I'm giving the name of the file as minus name. This is the syntax. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So there is a password in the etc as well as there is a password file under the user bin. So I can go to the user bin to check whether there is a file called passwd. Yes, there is. There is a password, which is when you try to change the password or you want to create a password of a user, you use this command. Can you see that there is a asterisk?
Yes,
What
sir.
does that asterisk mean? That it is an executable file. Like you have a password, PASSWD. You can change the password. Changing the password for what I don't want to change it. But what I'm saying, showing you is that this is an executable. You can execute this command. But it is owned by root and it is having this particular shared. It is shared with you as well. For the sudo user, you can use the password to change the password if you are a sudo user. Anyway, that is not my this thing. I wanted to show you that how do I find using the find command? How do I search? Okay, this is the search command. So what is the syntax? Okay, let me where I am. Let me go back to my folder. I want to find something with from here in the current folder and onwards. Okay, let me create mkdir temp. Okay, the temp folder is already there. So let me go there and create. There is nothing there. Make say touch my anything dot text. So there is, I have created one folder file. I want to search because I do not know the full name. I do not need to. But what I do is I know that it starts with my. So what I do is find from starting from this folder and all the folders downwards, files which start with my. Okay. And then if you find it, print it. Okay. My mistake was because I have given us asterisk. What I did, because it was complaining that I'm getting star, but I cannot interpret, I cannot interpolate. So please give it within string as a string. Then only I can find out. So it found out that in the current directory, it found my fourth file, my second file, my third file, my history.txt, because that history.txt also starts with my. And then it also found from the temp my anything.txt, and in the current one also it found my ist. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Yes, sir. I have.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, asterisk is a symbol for executable file.
Pattern matching. Like I do not know anything after my. I do not need to know.
Okay.
So whatever follows after my should be listed out. You should find anything which is matching. Here, when I said,
and it will display all the patterns which are
transfer,
matching.
I said transfer. So it is giving me, oh, it is not finding. So let me go there. Here, I'm saying funds. I do not know what is after funds. So it is giving me, see, it starts with fund. S, funds, fund statement. So whatever following this doesn't matter. What I can give, fund star.
So can we use the star in starting my star after that my?
Okay. Very
So
good. Here, Though there is nothing else, it starts with my only, fine. You can still give it. Star, I have to give a double quotes because I'm using star. My star. That's it. That was the question.
No, sir, if I don't give the last star, only the font star.
Okay. You tell me what will be the output in that case.
Maybe the end with my, the file
End with
name.
my, but do you
My.
have any file like that?
No, sir.
Okay, you can do one thing. You could have said that anything which is ending with txt, anything that is ending with txt. Okay, let's see that. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or anything which is ending with .txt. That's fine. So you do not know what is before the dot,
Yes, sir.
but you know the extension. Yes. And even you see that the by seeing dot, that means from this current folder with all the folders underneath. So it is also giving you the temp folder because temp is under Ubuntu. And in the temp, there is a file called my anything. And but not my, it is ending with a text. So here it is ending with a text. So it matches. It's a pattern matching, fine.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
You can give a question mark as well. That means question mark is only matching that character. Let's say LN. I want to find I want to say which is matching HI. My, it starts with my, so find dot minus name starts with, so let me give it within quotes. My, okay, question mark HI star minus print. So it is only one file that it matches. Why? Because HI appears only after my and a character which I do not know what is there. But it is not matching with this one. This is also having high HI. But why it is not matching? Because it doesn't have after my an unknown character. Followed? Or if you could have said the first three characters I do not know, but after that there is a high. That same file is listed, but here now I change it. I say that the high appears of the first two characters. Then there is a different file. Are you getting me? What I'm trying to say? That
Yes,
you are
sir.
saying
Yes, sir.
that the first two characters I do not know, but the third character and the fourth character is HI. It will match out of all these 5 files. It will match this one. These are the pattern matching. Lab, you have to cover this all. Whatever we have learned, you can do it. So you can follow this as an instruction. Now we are coming to the user management. You also know tail, you also know head. This is the password file. You know it is in the etc. And in this password file, the owner is the root. And you can check what are the users. Like here, you can go there And you can say, I am interested with the last 5 lines. So tail -5 of what? Let's say last 5 lines of what file? etc, sorry, vi cat
History.
no, password file.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can say cat pass to just say that I cat etc password. And I'm interested with the last 5 lines. So tail -5. You see, Ubuntu is the user, ABC is the user, XYZ, and Devashish. I can check that. Now, how do you add a user? How do you create a user? You can use this command. First of all, let me del user Devashish. I don't want to use this. So sudo, why it is complaining? Only root may remove or a user. Let me clear this. And I will say del user Devashish. It is giving me a problem. It is saying that only root may remove or a user or group from the system. You do not have a privilege. So I will use the sudo privilege because Ubuntu user has a sudo privilege. I will say del user Devashish. So now it is working. The del user, I have removed Devashish from the user list. Removing user Devashish, warning. Group Devashish has no more members. Fine, done. It is done. So can I check? Can I check? How do I check? Cat etc passwd tail -5. Are you seeing Devashish? Ubuntu there, ABC there, XYZ. There was Devashish before this command. I am trying to create a correct user Devashish with a correct format. So I am going to use this format of the command user add. Here I have done in the user data, I have done the user add, but that is only a very short form. This short form will not create the user correctly. I'm going to do the long form, the better form. I'm saying user add. Okay. User add is the command. And I'm saying that the default directory -d is the default directory. -m, please make the default directory -m -d home Devashish. That is the home Devashish, like the Ubuntu user will go and that is landing page or the landing directory, the folder when you log in is home Ubuntu. Similarly, when you log in as user Devashish, it should go into home Devashish. I'm saying make a directory as a default, this one. And -c, what is the username? Create Devashish. And Devashish. So that is you to say that this is the Devashish user and this is the Devashish group. Enter. Permission denied. So okay, because only the root can do this. First of all, let me come this and I will say I should have a root privilege. So sudo user add. Now I am being able to add it. Any question? Do you have any question? Here what I did, I added a user. I created a user called Devashish with a group Devashish, and with making of the folder home Devashish, which is the default directory when the Devashish user logs in. Any questions?
No, sir.
Very good. So how do I verify? I will always go like either VI, or you can say cat /etc password. I will go down. You will see that this is okay. From this, I want to only pick up the last 5. Okay, fine. Here, Devashish. It has been created within the group. User ID as 1003, and this is the group ID, because the group ID and the user ID is the same, because both are Devashish. Okay, Devashish is the user, group is also Devashish. Both have the same ID, and Devashish, when logs in, will have home Devashish as the user directory, and it is bin shell. Like any user will be using bin. Only this Ubuntu is having the bin bash. Anyway, can I now log into Devashish? How do I log in? Sudo su -l. Okay, I have not given password, right? After you create a user, you must do the password. What is the password command? PASS. Just now we have seen password. It is not the file, it is the executable that we have seen under user bin. Password, with whom you want to give the password? Devashish. So sudo password, because you are not getting enough privilege. So you have to use the sudo privilege. What is the new password? Let me give it Devashish. Retype password, Devashish. So your password has been updated successfully. All this there in the document. So now you want to log in. How do you do? Sudo su -l. What will you give? Devashish. Exit. Su -l Devashish. What is the password? Devashish. Who am I? Devashish. Where am I? Home Devashish. Is it now home Ubuntu?
Oh, no, sir.
Because you have created the landing folder correctly. What will be the folder files there? Nothing is there, because it is you cannot use with any user ll command. Total 0. ls minus long form. But there is no files inside. I want to come out. Exit. You come out to from where you have logged in. Back to Ubuntu. Who am I? Did you get it? So you
Yes,
can change the password again. If you are not happy with the Devashish password, you can again say sudo password Devashish. You can change it. There is a command called change -l Devashish. Permission denied. Sudo. Okay. You want to get the details of Devashish. So the last password change was August 5, 2022, today. Password expires. I have not given any expiration date of the password. That means after 3 months or 1 month or after 1 year. I'm saying the password never expires. Password inactive, never. Account expires, never. Minimum number of days between password change, 0. Maximum number of days between password change, whatever. So all this information you are going to C. Okay, using that. Now grep. Just now we have learned grep, and you can try this one because you already know. Okay. Concatenating. Concatenating with a grep. That means these are various way you can put in. So expressions. Do I need to go through that? Let's say I create a text. I create a file. Sorry. Duplicate. And let me copy this. I don't want to type it. So what do? I say insert mode. Insert mode I and paste it. I remove that blank line. So I have this many lines, out of which there are duplicates like 1, 1. Anything duplicate? Yes, 4. 4 and 4 is duplicate. After this, I save and come out. I've created this text. Grep R dollar. You can try all these commands at your home. I'll just say check grep R dollar duplicate text. What is going to say? Remember that day we have said that I want to grep all the lines of the duplicate text file which ends with R. This dollar means end. And what is the beginning? Which one is the beginning?
Sir, dollar.
No, dollar is to indicate the end. So if you say R dollar means anything which ends with R, you have to print that, because my output, what is the output? Cat duplicate. Okay, there are these are the words, these are the lines. You wanted to find out the lines where the ending letter is R. R end, whichever is ending with R. Let's say now I give you a task to find out whichever is starting with F. Whichever is starting with F. What will you do? What is to indicate the starting of a line?
Sir, asterisk.
Head.
No, not asterisk. It is caret. This one.
Oh.
This one, dollar is the end and caret is the beginning. And I say which starts with F from duplicate. You see this. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Out of all these words or lines, only 2 lines match this pattern search. That means we are searching that all the lines which starts with F. Clear? Or maybe I want to check all the lines which starts with O. O. There are 2 lines which starts with O. So basically these are duplicate lines, isn't it? Right?
Yes,
Now
sir.
I tell you.
Yes, sir.
So this is the starting matching. I've given all these things. You can try it out. Let me say I would like to create another file called vi file2.txt. So I have one file1 Where is duplicate, and the other one is vi file 2.txt, and I will just copy because I don't want to type this. So I have copied this. Okay, I save it. After that, I want to check that whether there is a word like sum. Now it becomes very simple because you know the utility of grep. Yes, in this, okay, cat file 2.txt. In this, you wanted to find out which are the lines which is having matching sum. So you are getting all this. Someone just called me. Some people are worst. I need to buy some mangoes. Fine. If you say grep so which line will be picked up?
The third line, second line.
Second line. Very good. It is picking up second line as well as the fourth line. The third line. Why?
Because sir,
Because you have given P star. That means following this, whatever is there, even if it is not matching, but it is P star. If you had given like this, then it is going to print only the matching sum P. But since you had given star, that means whatever will be there. Let me put in one more line. File 2.txt. I will get in just hello. Nothing to do with sum. Okay, no word like sum. But now I execute this. Let me clear the screen. Yes, this one. So what will it list?
sir, all two lines.
Oh, it has to match at least a portion of it. Because hello does not have any portion like sum and P. Okay, if I give hello P. Now no, it doesn't match. So it ends here because it doesn't find any matching sum, which starts with sum. Okay, at least
Yes.
one of them should match. Nothing is matching, and P star nothing is there, which starts with sum. This is one very important thing. Grep with an escape character. I'm saying grep escape B, sum escape B. What will be this thing?
So escape character you have given minus backward slash then B, then
B is
sum,
for backspace.
backspace. Okay, sir.
Backspace.
I thought sir bold.
No, not bold. because it is a character terminal.
Okay.
It is not HTML as well. So I will
Okay.
not get all this. What I'm saying is there is a space before and space after. So if there is a backspace before and after, and therefore it is matches. It is not big deal. It matches. Okay. And the other one is grep, the word. Minus W is the word. Whether there is a word like so, some in the file. Yeah, there is. There are two lines where some is a word. You can try out all these things. I have another file, vi file3.txt. Insert. I will just copy this. We'll save this. I will just execute one after the other because I don't have much time. What I say, just follow me. Grep minus I. I means ignore. Ignore. Ignore basically the case. So see, this Unix doesn't have UN capital. But since I have given ignore, it is asking, I'm saying that please ignore any case. So it is ignoring the uppercase and the lowercase. It is saying if it is matching with Unix as a word, then list that line. So in the file3.txt, I have all this combination of uppercase and lowercase, but still it is giving me that list. I say grep minus C, this one. So you count, see, minus C is the count. How many word that Unix matches? So let me cat file3.txt. So how many lines will have Unix? This is one line. This is, it doesn't match. And this is another line. So there are two lines, right? The count is 2. Because here I am saying that it has to match with the case. It has to match the case. So everything is lowercase. I have 2 lines where Unix is a lowercase. Here Unix word is there, but U is capital. It is not matching. Anyway, you can try out all these things. A very important thing is a sed, the stream editing. Sed is a powerful text stream editor. Can do insertion, deletion, search, replace. Sed command in Unix supports regular expression, which allows it to perform complex. So therefore, let me create one file called vi file 4, and I insert these 2 lines. So I have 2 lines. How do I, let's say there is 2 lines having today. Okay, I want to replace them by tomorrow. How do I do it? From outside, not getting inside. I will not go into VI. I will not go and change over here, but from outside by using the stream editor. Very interesting, and it is very much useful. So I'm saying SED, I will explain you what I'm doing. SED minus I, that means please ignore the case. Whether it is capital today or small today or with the first letter as capital, doesn't matter. If it is today, replace it by tomorrow, all small letters. This is substitute. S means substitute. So substitute search for today and substitute it by tomorrow from the file 4.txt. You see, now I say cat file 4.txt. Did you see that today is gone, replaced by tomorrow? Clear? If you want to make it back to today, what will you do? Can I do like this? Can I do this?
Yes, sir.
Unterminated. Oh, sorry. See, what was my mistake? I did not give it the replacement symbol. That means I want to replace tomorrow with today globally, wherever it happens. So slash. Okay. If you want to give G, what will happen? Sorry, it is already replaced. So cat file 4, this one. So it is not finding. So because it is today, it is not tomorrow. So not finding. So I will give it like this. Change today to tomorrow globally. Can I do that? Let me check. Cat. So tomorrow has been replaced globally. So this without G is also the same, but you must end it with a slash. That is the syntax. Back reference is not that very much useful right now at this stage. You can leave that white space. I will do, you can replace and substitute things. See, you are using set. You can do all these things that just now you have learned. Okay, so we have completed all the basic commands of Unix. Let me, within short time of period, let us do some Did I give you this shell scripts?
No, sir.
I will send it today. But the rest I have already given, right?
Yes, sir.
All these 3 PPTs, Linux 1,
Hi.
Linux 2, Linux 3.
Yes, sir. And then
Uh,
this Unix on commands on the go is also given. VI cheat sheet is also given, and
AWS day 1, day 2, day 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will send you this one. So let me quickly open this. Sorry. I will open this with a editor. Say, like I said, I would like to have a shell script. Fine. Let me pick up this one. Let me pick up one of this. Go over there. I will create a file called vi my shell my script. Just say it is understood that it is, and you have to give a prompt like sh, extension like sh. In that, I will just now copy something, and what I will do, I will take out those. This is the comment. I am taking out the comment. Okay. This let it be comment because these are not commands, but echo, read, echo, touch, these are commands. I compiled it in one file. And now let me check. I have to change the permission of what is the file? What is the file? My script. So my script. See, it is read write. But then I have to give it the execute permission as well. So what I do, I'm giving the execute permission of chmod. I'm changing the permission. I'm changing the permission of this one. What is that? 766. 766 for which one? My script, right? So what was earlier? It was RWR. Now let me check. LL. You see, it has changed the color. It has the color of green and with a star. That means now you have given the execute permission for the user. Who is the user? Ubuntu. For others, it is read write, and for the group, it is read write. But Ubuntu user can execute this. So if I execute this, how do I execute this? You can say dot slash and give the name of the file. See, let me open another terminal. Okay. Let me open here. VI, what was the thing? VI start.sh. There is only one sh file. So my commands are echo read. So what I'm getting here, it is saying I'm executing this script. So what is the echo? What is your name? So see, what is your name? It is coming on the screen with a question mark. And it is waiting for my input. And this is the variable. So whatever value I give in, it will be stored over here. So I say Devashish 1. Enter. And then it is saying that, okay, it is saying that hello dollar username within quotes. So dollar means this variable. Whatever the value inside this variable will be printed. So what is printing? Hello Devashish Pal. So is it not, you are not typing the command separately. You are just put all these things into a file and made that file executable. It is sort of a shell programming. It is called shell scripting. Echo, I will create you a file called, so dollar username file. So what it will, I will create you a file called Devashish Pal _ file. So since there is a gap, so this file will create an error. So what I will do, touch user name. So what is this file name? Devashish Pal, there is a space. So let me check whether it has created that file. Yes, It has created, and did you see that this is a code? Because it
Yes.
to accommodate that space, it has enclosed that within as a string. But this file has been created. So therefore, you have touched this file. What is the size of this file? It is 74. But initially, when it created this file with a touch command, it was 0 byte. But then after that, I have put in these values into this. So is it not nice one? So what will you see in that? Some value is there. What is the value? So you can say cat. What is the file name? A quote is double quotes, comma, backslash is this, comma, backtick is this. Just a message I'm giving. And username is Devashish Pal. But this is coming from where? This is coming from the echo. So a quote is, you are using a backslash because you see, this is a double quotes, but you want to print the double quotes. So you give a backslash. Again, comma is printable, fine. Backslash is, now you want to print the backslash. So what you do? Backslash, backslash. Backtick is, because tick cannot be printed like that. So you give a backslash. Anywhere you are not getting that backslash. Before the tick, you are not getting the test, only the tick. And the username is the value of that username. The value is Devashish Pal. And you are putting that, you are echoing this and putting that content into the file. That's why you are seeing the content, cat. Is it okay? I will give you the script, entire script. This is the entire script. You have to do one by one. Like, let's say you want to print all this in a loop. Let me do one more and then leave it. I will go here. Okay. I have this file. I will say O and copy this. I will only open this, open this, open this, open this. So my command is for I in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is way you program in any language. In scripting, you are doing with for in the shell scripting. Do means and done. You are executing the loop. So the first time, what is the value of I?
1.
1. Second time?
2.
2, 3, 4, 5. So it will have 5 lines printing as. So I will not like to execute this one because it is already done. So what I do, I have this hash and then I can repeat it by saying dot. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because I have commented this out. I want to execute this one. So how many times this line will be created?
5 times.
5 times. Very good. I already have the permissions. I mean the start.sh. So it is executable already. So I will just have to execute again. So looping number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will expect you likewise you execute everything. You will get a very good idea of shell scripting. Will you be able to do it?
Let's see, sir.
You have to give me the result. I mean, how did you find it? Whether you have any problem. If you have any question, next session, we will have a doubt clearing. But the next class, we will start Git. Because everything I have covered in whatever is important in Linux. You won't find any problem. If you follow the guidelines, the commands on the go, this shell scripting, and the PPTs, you will be very good in Unix. Nothing more is needed. Anything like you wanted to understand what is for, you go to the net, you search for in shell script. You will get the entire structure. Like if you wanted to know what is read in shell script, you can just ask the net. If you just ask how I use Y in shell script, you will get the structure. Or what is the dollar being used? This is the variable. And if you say dollar variable, that means it will print out the value. The value is whatever you are giving the value. Read from the keyboard. Anyway, I expect you to do all this part. You will find it very interesting.
Yes, sir.
You have learned everything like this is if then else, if then phi. Just the reverse of if is phi. So ending the if statement. Read, you know. So all these things, while, do. So that way you can execute a shell script. That means this is a way of programming. You might be asking, what is this question mark? Okay. You before this, you have executed this command, whether there is some output. So the output, the result, that result is either 0 or 1. If it is equal to 0, that means it is success. Anyway, you can just execute this. Whenever you get any problem, you just let me know.
Yes, sir.
So I will end the session today. How was it? Did you understand? Did you get it interesting? I mean, it is just the introduction for you to get a flavor of Unix, Linux. And after this, with the help of these documents, you try to expand your knowledge. You go deeper and deeper. You play around with all those commands. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But did you understand the concepts a bit better?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will stop the